Are you an Apple user that hates using Microsoft Word and hates paying for it even more, but you don't know what your alternatives are? It's time you learn all about Apple's Pages app, a free alternative to Microsoft Word and other word processors. Want to learn how to use it? Stick around, I got you covered. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and in today's video we're going to explore Apple's Pages app. This is a free alternative to Microsoft Word and Google Docs and other word processors that comes pre-installed on all of your Apple equipment and is easy and fun to use. Stick around for my MacWhisperer Power Tip where I show you how to free yourself from Microsoft Word and Microsoft Office forever using the free built-in Apple apps. Let's hop on over to the computer and get started. Pages has been around for years, and it's pre-installed on all of your Apple devices, from your computer to your iPhone to your iPad. If you don't have it installed anymore, you can go to the App Store and download it for free and start using it right away. I'm going to click on it on my dock right down here and get us started. When you first open up Pages, it's going to prompt you to open an existing document or create a new document. We're going to start by creating a new document, clicking this button right here. This opens up into the template chooser, where you can choose from all sorts of pre-configured templates, making it easy to get started, whether you're writing a book report, a resume, or a newsletter. All of these templates are easy to work with and also easy to change to make them personalized for you. When you first open up any template, you'll see all of the placeholder information they've put in, which includes photographs, shapes, and words. It's easy to customize it by selecting any words and typing right over it to personalize it for whatever you need to create. You can do that with any of the separate text boxes or any of the shapes and pictures. When you're working with pictures, it's easy to change the picture to something else by selecting it and coming over to the right side over here where we have the image section, allowing you to replace or edit any of the images you've got here. You can also press the little photo icon in the lower right-hand corner of any image to instantly open up your Finder and select any other photograph and insert it right in. You can take this template and make it your own, and one of the best things about templates is your ability to save them into the template chooser by coming into the File menu here, selecting where it says Save as Template, and adding your newly customized template into the My Templates section here so you can reuse it at any point. You can also start your document with a blank page by double-clicking right here on the blank template. This just opens up a fresh page you can work on. If you want Pages to always open with a blank document instead of a template, you can go into the Pages menu up here, select Settings, and right here you can choose to use any template, including the blank template, to start off your documents. Now let's learn how to navigate around the Pages app. We're going to start by talking about the toolbar across the top. On the top left corner, we've got the View option. This can allow you to show page thumbnails on a sidebar to the left, or a table of contents, or the document, or the ruler, comments, or other information. For most people, I recommend starting with the document only so you aren't distracted by thumbnails on the left side. But as your document grows and it becomes necessary to navigate across multiple pages, using the thumbnail or the table of contents section can really simplify things. Next to that, we've got the option to change the zoom on your document. This doesn't change your fonts, but it can make it easier for you to see your document without squinting. Changing it from 125% up to 150 or 200% will increase your view, making it easier for you to see the words. You can also change it to make it smaller so that you can see more than one page at a time. I like to leave it at about 125%, but if you've got a nice large monitor, you can go up to 200% without any issues. To the right of that, we've got the ability to quickly add a new page to the document. And moving over to the right, we've got the Insert button. The Insert button is very helpful for adding page breaks, line breaks, section breaks, page numbers, and lots of other things. To the right of that, we've got the text box. Now, in most documents, we're dealing with just text by itself, but imagine you're making a newsletter or creating a layout for a magazine article. By clicking right here, you can add an additional text box. You can change the style or the font of it by going over to your Format section on the right-hand side and changing it around, making the text larger or smaller, and giving yourself a great way to really showcase your words or your design. You can move a text box or any image around by just clicking on it and dragging it. It will automatically wrap text around the text box to make it look perfect. If you don't like the settings or the way it's wrapping the text, head over to the right sidebar under the Format tab and click where it says Arrange. This gives you the option to allow this object to move with the text, which means as I press Return on the page, it moves that image down with it. You can also have it stay on the page, which means as you move the text moves, but the object stays put. You have a ton of choices when you click on any object like a text box to have it move with the text and to control how the text wraps around it. More on that in a moment. To the right of the text box, we've got the option to add any kind of shape. This can be a square or a circle or something more complicated that helps you get your point across. When you're creating a document that needs visual representation, coming into this shape section and grabbing any image can allow you to get your point across visually. When you add a shape or an image in, you'll see these little boxes around it that can allow you to resize it, and you can click and drag it to move it anywhere you want. As we move further on, we've got the ability to add media into this document. Media can be photos or videos, it can be music, it can be websites, you can record audio, you can even take a photo off of your phone or your iPad in order to have it brought onto this page. It makes it super simple to add any kind of visual media that you'd like into your document. We'll talk more about images in just a moment. Coming one step over to the right, you've got the ability to add a comment. This can be really helpful when you're collaborating on a document with someone and that person might not like the way you phrase something. So you can select any text and come up to the comment button, click on it, and add any comment you like. When you've completed your comment and click Done, you'll notice that the comment hides on the left side, showing up as just a little yellow square. Anytime you click on that square, it will show you the comment. And when you're collaborating, the other party can reply to your comment and you can have a discussion back and forth about this particular part of the document. This is a great way to track changes and track comments when you're collaborating. There's a ton of other tools that we'll talk about on the toolbar in just a moment. But for now, let's move over to the far right side where we've got the option of sharing our document. The first time you click Share, it will require you to save that document. Once you've saved it, it'll open up the share screen, allowing you to collaborate or send a copy via text, via email, or even add this document into Notes, into Freeform, or into many third-party applications. It's easy to share, and when you collaborate with someone, it can allow the other party and you to work on this document in real time, just like you would with Google Docs. To the right of the Share button, we have two separate options, your Format option and your Document option. You can only be on one or the other, not both. When you click on it, it will toggle between Documents and Format, just like this. The Format section is very helpful for changing your style, your layout, the text that you're working on, and more. The Document section is useful for changing margins, sections, and adding bookmarks that can make it easy for you to find a certain part of your document without scrolling or searching. It's easy to create a bookmark simply by coming to this section, highlighting any part of your document, and clicking where it says Add Bookmark. This will save that part of the document, so even when you're farther down in the document and you need to come back to it, a simple click will bring you right back up to that bookmark. Now let's talk about the formatting options that we have for our document. For this, I'm going to select this paragraph here and click on the Format button on the right side. This opens up my options to change the style, the layout, and more of whatever's selected. In the Style section, you can choose your font, your size, your color, and tons of other options. One of the best functions of Pages is what's called the Style panel. If you look in the upper right-hand corner right here, you'll see that it's noticed all of the different formatting I put onto this document. Originally, this was a body style. If I'd like to change all the body styles to what I've done here, I can click the Update button and it will change everything. Or I can click the little arrow on the right-hand side here to change the current selection to any of the other styles I've got. You can even save your customized style to the style board by clicking on the arrow right here and clicking the plus button next to paragraph styles. This will allow you to title your style. Notice that the title uses the font that I've chosen, the size that I've chosen, and the style that I've chosen. This can make it really easy to, at a glance, know what different styles look like. For example, if I click on the heading style, I know that's going to be black and large. If I click on the heading red, it's going to be red and medium sized. By using the Styles section, you can save your favorite fonts, your favorite sizes, and your favorite styles without having to recreate them time after time. If you select a section with a style that you'd like to copy, you can click the Copy Style button up above here. Then select any other chunk of text and click on the Paste Style button to copy your style onto the new text. Using the style sheet makes it so easy to customize your document. In fact, there's even powerful tools under the More section here that can allow you to customize what paragraph style follows a specific paragraph style, allowing you to change from title to subtitle to heading without ever having to reconfigure your settings. In addition to all the great style, font, and alignment tools that exist inside the formatting palette, you can also create bullets and lists easily. Simply select the text that you want to create a bullet or a list for and come over to the Bullets and Lists section where you can choose from a numbered list, a bulleted list. You can even choose the image option, which will allow you to import any image of your choosing or pick one from the library in order to customize your bullets and make it look perfect. My favorite option inside the Bullets and Lists section is the one down here for Harvard outlining. I create outlines all the time, and I love using the Harvard style where it starts everything off with Roman numerals, and as you come in and change it, you get capital letters, numbers, lowercase letters, etc. This makes it super simple to create a complicated outline right from the Pages app. Now let's talk about some of the formatting options we have for images and shapes. We're going to start by grabbing a new image from the Media section right here. You can do it by clicking Photos or Videos, which will open up your photo library, or you can click the Choose button to grab it from anywhere in your Finder. I'm going to open up my photo library here and drag this image right into place. Whenever you put an image in, you can change the size by grabbing the little boxes around the edges and dragging them inwards or outwards. You can also change the cropping of this image. Simply double-click on the image, and down below, you'll have the option to change the crop by dragging the little black boxes in or out, and you'll also have the ability, using the slider, to zoom in or out on that particular image and position it exactly where you want it. Anytime you add an image into your document, you've got a ton of options. Clicking on that image will open up the formatting panel on the right side, allowing you to choose from pre-configured image styles, or even create your own image style and save it by simply clicking that plus button so you can use it on other photos in the future. You can also stack multiple images together, just like this. Let's grab our Media button, Photos and Videos, and let's pull this image right in as well. Let's drag from the corner to change the size of this, but we're going to stack these two images on top of each other. Now, by selecting that image and going over to our Arrange panel on the right side, we can move that particular image behind the other one or in front of it. If we select multiple images at the same time, we can click on the Group button up at the top or right-click to group these two images together so that they move as if they were one image. Right-clicking again can allow you to ungroup them. One of the other great tools that exists is hidden under the Image section here, and it's called Remove Background. You can remove the background from almost any image. Some images will work better than others. Clicking Remove Background eliminates the bed and keeps the kitten. Let's click the Done button here, and now we've got a brand new image that can be moved around without worrying about the rest of the frame. You have tons of choices about how you can format, organize, move around, and manipulate images. You can even come in and grab a text box to add a caption to your image. Then by selecting the image, holding down the Command button and selecting the text box, you can group them together so the photo and the caption move as one. All of these settings and options make it so easy for you to use Apple Pages instead of Microsoft Word. But if you've got Apple Intelligence, there's even additional tools that you can use. Apple Intelligence is available on macOS 15 Sonoma, on iPadOS 18 and iOS 18. You have to have compatible hardware in order for it to work properly. But if you've got Apple Intelligence and you have it turned on, Pages offers some awesome tools that you can use with Apple Intelligence, and they show up in two different ways. The first one are called writing tools. For the writing tools, you can highlight any section of your document and right-click on it to come down to where it shows writing tools. Let's click the Show button here. When the writing tools show up, you can describe any change for what you've selected, you can proofread your selection, you can rewrite your selection, change the tone between friendly, professional, or concise, and create summaries, key points, a list, or even a table right from here. If you've connected your Apple Intelligence into ChatGPT, you can even compose an original document just by clicking this button. Let me show you around. First up, let's describe our change for what we've selected here. I'm just going to have it add some emojis to this paragraph. Once it's selected the emojis or the changes it wants to make, you can either click Replace or Copy. I'm going to click Replace, and it's going to rewrite that paragraph with the new emojis placed right into the document. I can also select a chunk of this document, right-click and go back to Writing Tools, and change the tone of it, making it more professional. It shows all of the options and allows me to just click Replace to enter it into the document. But there's even one more powerful writing tool, and that's the Compose tool. Let's select this paragraph here, right-click, and show our writing tools. Now come down to the Compose section, and here I'm going to have it add brand new content into my document. I've entered in a prompt asking it to show me how to use ChatGPT and Apple Intelligence and make it rhyme. Let's see what it does. Click the Return button, and here is my poem all about using Apple Intelligence and ChatGPT in Pages. If I click the Replace button right here, it'll put it right in my document, allowing me to just continue working without getting stuck looking at a blank page or wondering how to phrase a particular thing. But that's not the only way you can use Apple Intelligence. You can also use Apple Intelligence with images. By clicking on the Media button here, you can open up Image Playground. The Image Playground is Apple's image creation tool that can allow you to describe anything you want to see, and it'll make it right in front of you. Here I've asked it to create an image of an old-fashioned typewriter with a stack of pages. Let's see how it does. That looks perfect. There's a ton of ways you can customize this image by adding in some of the suggestions, adding a person into the image, or changing the style from animation to illustration by clicking this button right here. If we're ready to put that image into our document, all we have to do is click the Done button right here, and it will drop that image right onto our page, allowing us to resize it and move it anywhere we like. In addition to that, we can still come into the Formatting section under Image and remove the background if we prefer it that way, giving us an easy way to add any kind of image to your document without having to search on Google or find the image yourself. You can even use the Image Playground with your own photos or documents. Simply open up Image Playground, and in the lower right-hand corner, click on this icon where you can either take a picture or choose a picture. Let's choose one. Let's grab this image of this scary pumpkin from Halloween and see how it does. And just like that, we've got a beautiful image of a carved jack-o'-lantern that we can add right into our document. By using the suggestions above, you can add other elements like fireworks or winter holidays into that image, making it perfect. When you're ready, click the Done button and it will pop it into your document where you can resize it and position it wherever you like. It's a pretty powerful tool, right? I mean, Apple has given us a completely free, fully functional word processing program and pre-installed it on all of our devices. And because it's made by Apple, it synchronizes seamlessly through iCloud, meaning you can start your document on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, and complete it on any other device without ever having to send the document to yourself via email or text, which is something that is just much more difficult when you use Microsoft Word. In just a moment, I'm going to walk you through the steps you need to know so that you can eliminate Microsoft and stop paying for Microsoft Word forever. But before I do, if you've already gotten great value from this video, give it a thumbs up. That makes it so much easier for other people to find it. And if you've got a question, a comment, or you want to share how you use Pages, drop it into the comments section. I love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, but you're still subscribing to Microsoft Word, it's time to change that. Cancel that Microsoft Office subscription and click on this subscribe button instead. It's completely free, and I promise you, It'll be even more valuable than Microsoft. And now, without further ado, it's time for the Power Tip. All right, you're all charged up and ready to cancel that Microsoft subscription. But before you do, there's 2 simple steps you need to take. You see, even though you're not going to use Microsoft Word anymore, other people are still going to use it. So you need to make sure that your computer is set up to open Microsoft Word documents directly into Pages instead of Word, and you need to learn how to export your Pages document into a format that Microsoft Word users can open natively. For the first step, let's come down to our Finder right here and click on the search bubble in the upper right-hand corner. Type in .docx, which is the extension for all Microsoft Word documents. Select any one of the documents that's found and click Command-I on your keyboard to bring up the Get Info screen like this. This screen shows you all sorts of information about that document, and if you scroll down, you'll find the section where it says Open With. As we can see here, my computer is still set to open .docx files with Microsoft Word. Well, I'm going to cancel Word, so I've got to change that. Click on that drop-down menu and select Pages from the list. Then, underneath it where it says Change All, click that button to make sure that any Microsoft Word document open with Pages instead from now on. For the second step, you need to know how to export your documents out of Pages and into Microsoft Word so that other people can read them. We'll start by opening up our Pages document here. Then we're going to click on the File menu and go down to where it says Export To. There's a ton of great formatting options, but the most common ones to use are PDF to save this document as a PDF or Word to save it as a Microsoft Word document. As soon as I click this button, it'll open up this screen asking if I'd like to use a password or any other options in order to export this document. In most cases, you can just click the Save button, and it will prompt you for a name and a location for that document. Notice that it's appended the extension here to .docx instead of Apple's .pages extension, which is what Pages uses. This means that once you've saved this document, you can send it to anyone, even if they're using Microsoft Word as their word processor. But we're not done yet. Just because I love you guys, I've got a bonus power tip right here for you. You all know how much I love Apple's Notes program, and I do most of my writing in Apple Notes. But sometimes there's a document that I need better formatting or better control over, or the ability to add images to it. Rather than copying and pasting things into Pages, you can open up any note, click the Share button in the upper right-hand corner here, and choose Open in Pages. It will take that document and change it into a Pages document that you can customize, format, or make your own. So that's what we've got for today's video, all about how to use Apple Pages and eliminate that nasty Microsoft Office subscription. I hope you learned a ton, but remember, there's always more to learn. Check out this video for even more tips about how to use your Apple products efficiently. I'm Dylan Stewart, and I will see you in the comments.